All right. So it's been a while since I recorded one of these. So let's talk about solar. Talk about solar. I want to talk about the main lessons that I learned while being on this job. That if you get in solar, this is something that I wish I would have learned back then, like when I first started, because uh, it's gonna save you a lot of headache. To be honest, a lot of headache, trouble. If not, if you get into solar, and you can actually watch this advice from anybody else, but this is something that I've experienced by myself, that I just lived. That if I can save anybody the trouble of actually living all that shit that I experienced, I mean, why not? You know. So let's get started. So lesson number one: just focus on your job, bro. You literally just have one job, and that's it. When I first got started, I got into solar, and I understood that there was like my workplace, trainees, reps, and then flows, which are the closers. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that when I first got in, uh, there was a lot of people that came to the job place too, but in my case, I wanted to immediately like do the full thing. But guess what? You're a newbie. I'm a newbie. I don't know shit. So what do you got to do? Just focus on your job. If your job is to be a setter, be a setter. Just set appointments and learn how to do it effectively every single time. Just learn how to do it progressively. Get better at it every single day and practice. Like, don't try to be a fucking closer if you're just into setting. Just, it takes time to learn the skills. Just learn how to book appointments. You book appointments, book appointments, book appointments. If the closer's there and he qualifies them, that's a good fucking appointment. Now, if they don't close them, well, that's not your fault. You just did your job. But if you're a setter and you set appointments, then good. You're doing your job. You're learning how to do your job. And just do that. Don't focus on the commissions. Don't focus on understand how much you're gonna earn, but don't focus on anything else other than your presentation at the door. In solar specifically, just focus on your presentation at the door. Get better at it. Study. And that's it. Just focus on it. If you're a self-gen closer, well, you already know how to set appointments. So you just gotta learn how to close. You gotta earn your stripes. You gotta learn how to close. Like me, I'm a self-gen closer right now. So I gotta learn how to close my own appointments. And it's a little bit different than when I was setting appointments for my closer. I gotta say some things differently. So I gotta adjust to the new climate. So, and if you're a closer, just focus on closing. Yeah, or hiring people to set appointments for you. Just focus on your job. That's all you gotta freaking focus. All right? All right, let's go to the next one. Lesson number 2. Keep negative people out or away. It's happened to me where new recruits come to the company. Maybe it's like when you recruit someone, you're gonna tell them that maybe in the workplace I work at, that they tell you you can actually earn a lot of money. Yes, you can earn a lot of money. You can, but it takes time. It takes effort, and it just takes a long time to learn the skill. Like if you're barely beginning, it's gonna take a while. If you are like a veteran, you've done sales before, it's gonna come a little bit easier. But either way, just keep negative people out, because when I first started, a lot of people talk bad shit or bad stuff about other people at the company, and that affected me because I'm new. All of a sudden, I have this bullshit that I've never heard about that happened in the company, and I'm like, what the fuck? So it broke my trust. And even though that stuff that I heard never happened to me, all of a sudden, like, I got scared and I just didn't trust the team. So that hurt me on the long run. So if you're new, if you're going to a workplace, hear them out. Hear the negative comments. Of course, hear them out, but think about this. Everybody tells them from the perspective that they had before. Now, if they had it bad, they're going to tell you they're bad. Now, if something good happened, they're not going to tell you. So, hear negative comments out, hear them out, but don't completely buy into the idea, because it's going to hurt you if you're new. And then when knocking on the doors, when you're with somebody who doesn't even want to work, get out of there, bro. Like, there's people that they say, oh man, it's hard. Like, it's hard, bro. Man, like, we don't even get that much commission. You're like, shut the fuck up, bro. We already know. Shut the fuck up. Just, it's hard. We know it's hard. But you got to start somewhere. So just like, keep going at it. Like, learn as you go. Fix what you're missing. And you'll eventually get it. But it's just like, I guess people want easy money nowadays, but it's just, nothing is fucking easy. And if there is, like Amazon FBAs or like fucking cryptocurrencies and shit, the people that all of a sudden become like, get like a shit ton of money for that, good for them, bro. The world is unfair. How do you build generational wealth? By working hard and learning the skills. If you want to get rich quick, like, it's going to be like a 1 in a million chance that you can actually be. Or you can just get super lucky. Who knows? But just, at the end of the day, just keep negative people away. It's going to save you a lot of headache. Think about what they said, but think about it. You haven't experienced that. So just keep going. And you just develop as you go. Lesson number 3, action leads to motivation. So if you're waiting to get motivated to actually work, you're fucked, because you're depending on motivation to actually do something. But let me tell you this. The most motivation I got was from when I actually went out there and started working. And I started to fix what I was like missing. Or like, what I did is I prepared myself, or like I prepared my presentation, and then I went to work. The people reacted a certain way to the way I was speaking. So I was like, okay, I'm missing like the tonality of my voice. I'm repeating myself too much. Okay, gotta fix these things. And then you go back to the drawing board, come back home, you study what you gotta say, fix it a little bit, and then just go back again. That's how you get motivation. Just like, oh shit, I learned something new. Or just like, maybe you didn't get a single bill like at first, but then because you started working at it, that all of a sudden then you might get a bill. You're like, oh shit, this works. Let me see how I can actually improve it. Let me try it again. You get another one. You go out again, maybe you get 2. All of a sudden you keep going at it, fixing these small things, and just keep doing the thing that's working. You get 3. And then on a good day, you get 4. That's how it works. Then you get motivation to actually keep going. Like, that's the goal. For you to actually progress and get better little by little, and get the motivation by yourself, not external motivation. Because external motivation is just like mental masturbation. You don't need that. That's a really important lesson. Lesson number 4, be part of the group. Absolutely commit yourself to the group. Just do what is required for the group. Like, in a group setting, let's be honest, in a group setting where you need to put input in order to actually receive, nobody's going to give you anything for free. Let's be honest. Nobody's going to give you anything for free. So what do? You got to put more into the group to actually get something back. If you're just in the group and you're just a sloth who doesn't even like to work, who doesn't even like anything, people are not going to respect you. They're just going to toss you towards the side. And that doesn't work. What I try doing is that I try to be more positive in the group. I try to help a lot more people. Whenever we do like small events, I bring something to the table. Like, just bring something to the table. Like, cooperate with people. It's just like, be there, be present, so that they know you're there. It's like, okay, he's here, he's helping people. He can actually become a valuable member. That's when they get you inside of the group, and then they start helping you. And that's how you grow. But there's people that just come in and just like, I don't like it because fucking commissions and fucking this guy's an asshole. It's just like, yeah, just shut the fuck up. Like, you gotta understand these things. This is the real world. It's just like if it happens there, where you have like asshole bosses and it's just like shit happening in the company, that happens everywhere, everywhere. So just keep that in mind. Just be part of the group, learn as you go, and once you start experiencing stuff, then you can actually have like your own judgment. Okay, so lesson number 5, you have to learn how to ask for help. Now, sometimes you get stuck or you get in your own head because you overthink shit. In sales, that happens a lot. So when you're stuck, make sure to ask for help. You might not get the answer that you're looking for, but you might get some idea. You're like, oh shit, you know what? I didn't think about that. Or like, you know what? I didn't see myself doing that. Maybe I should. Oh, okay, I think I get myself an idea. Analyze the stuff. Go back home. Maybe write about it, and then just like fix it. Fix your behavior, or maybe your behavior, or maybe something that a certain thing that you're doing that you haven't even realized it because you don't notice it. But learning to ask for help, it has been huge for me when I'm like, let's say I'm studying and I'm like, oh shit, I don't know an objection, I don't know what to say here, and then I ask you like, oh, okay, that makes sense actually. Let me see if and you're like, you know what, I know you explained it to me, but let me see if I can actually rephrase it in my own words and tell it to you to see if I understood, and we're gonna be good if you understood that. And then you start explaining again, and you're like, oh shit, you got it. I'm like, okay, I got it. And maybe you write it down somewhere. It's just like, I have like a shit ton of freaking objections. Like, we're too old for solar. We're not interested. Well, interested is like a general term. I'm not making any decisions today. Like, I can't afford it. Well, it doesn't matter because you're already paying the electric company all that money, and you don't really have to pay anything out of pocket. Before in the day, was it that people had to pay out of pocket to have their solar system? Not anymore. We actually came with a really great redirection program where all you have to do is basically all that money that you actually spend to electric bill and then burning it in the trash, we're redirecting it into a solar payment rate that is not going to increase over time. So it's not that you can't afford it, it's just a different opportunity. It's just a matter if you want to take advantage of it. Or something like that, you know? But just asking for help, it's going to help you quite a bit, because you're dumb if you don't ask questions. How do they say it in Spanish? Like, the person that asks questions is not the dumbass. The person that doesn't ask questions is the dumbass. That's how it works. You just ask questions and learn. You'll figure it out, and some people in the group might have the same question as you. They just didn't have the courage to actually do it. But if you actually do it, they'll learn from you. So just keep doing that. Lesson number 6, have conviction. How do you have conviction? You have to believe in your product. You have to research the fuck out of your product. I had to learn a shit ton about solar to believe that, you know what? This actually is a great idea. It's just that there's a lot of misconceptions and I'm missing ideas. So if it's not something that you're gonna sell to your mom or your family member, it's probably you shouldn't even sell it. I am thinking of putting solar in my mom's house. I am, and I know how to give her like a great product. And I know she's gonna be great for the rest of 25 years. She's not gonna be putting money to the electric company. I know that because I researched the fuck out of solar. I know who to contact for like tax credit. I'm learning how everything works when it comes to like real estate and like solar. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm actually gonna put it for my mom. It's gonna be great. And because she's my mom, I'm not gonna make any commission. So basically, she gets the solar system for what it is. And I don't make anything. And she gets everything. I know how to do that. But regardless, have conviction. Understand your product really well. Once you understand your product really well, how it works, when you go to work and explain to people, you're actually going to speak out of your heart because you believe it. And commit yourself to this opportunity, because let's be honest, solar is growing like a fast rate. Only 7% of people in El Paso have solar. 7%. This is for early adopters. Now, commissions are super high right now. You can make a shit ton of money in solar. But it's not gonna be forever. It's It's not going to be forever. It's just a one-time opportunity right now. So if you're like in an industry that is growing, it's booming, and you got to learn it, learn it. Learn how to set, learn how to close, learn everything, learn how to recruit, build your own business, whatever it is, but just commit yourself to the idea of doing it, because if you don't fully commit, if you have a side hustle, like maybe I'm doing solar, then I'm doing roofing, then I'm doing like alkaline water systems, you're not gonna fucking succeed. You gotta like throw yourself at it and see, and hope for the best. Like take a bet on yourself to actually make it happen. That's what I'm doing right now. I don't have a second option. I only have this. I know I have to learn how to set and close my own appointments, so I'm committing my time to learn how to do everything. That's how it works, and you have to. So commit yourself to an industry. I don't know if it's solar, if it's anything else. Maybe you want to be a doctor. Commit yourself to being a fucking doctor and learn as you go. But solar, I know in three years, I can make the same as a fucking doctor. Let's be honest. I know. And after that, with that money, I can invest or I can build my business, and then after that, I can invest that money. Just build the skills, learn as you go. Eventually, once you get the money, you'll start to realize where opportunities lie ahead, and the path will lay itself like right in front of you. Simple. Lesson number 7, the most important one. Have a student's mindset. Let's be honest, I don't know everything. You don't know everything. You just gotta learn shit as you go. Like in my case, I know how to set appointments, but I had to practice my appointment setting skills, because right now I'm having a little bit of issues trying to set appointments for myself, because it's a new field for me. So you gotta have a student mindset to actually keep on learning as you go, because you don't know everything. You're gonna learn shit as you go. Right now I'm learning about real estate. I'm learning about real estate that I just didn't even know how it worked. I didn't understand real estate. I'm learning how real estate works. It's just, you just gotta learn shit. You just gotta learn step by step, little process. Don't try to take everything. Like, what's the point of me learning about investing right now if it's not something that I'm getting used in the future, like right now? Like, all I need right now is money. So what I gotta do? I gotta learn this skills. I gotta learn how to sell. And then with that comes real estate, accounting, taxes. You learn all that shit as you go. But it's just like little by little. If you're barely starting on solar, for example, just focus on setting, bro. Don't focus about closing. Don't focus too much about the tax credit. Just focus on setting the appointment correctly. Just learn how to do that. And if you're a self-trained closer like me, you know how to set appointments now. Just learn how to close. Just learn. And then after that, you gotta learn how to recruit so you can have your own setters, and then close. And you start growing your little company. That's how everything works, bro. You just gotta be a little bit, have a student's mindset. Just learn. You don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. But just learn. And let's be honest, I've had the opportunity to speak to some millionaires, a little bit of their time, but let's be honest, when it comes to being a millionaire, they don't have time to actually speak to maybe a kid. They value their time so much. So if you don't have something of value to offer, or I don't know, if you don't have anything interesting to talk about and you just want to get free information out of them, you're not going to get it. You got to develop yourself first, bro. That is an important lesson that I wish I'd learned too. Like, after talking with a couple of millionaires, I'm like, you know what? I don't know everything, and I don't think I can provide anything to these guys. Once I become enough value as a person, as like, not as a person, but as like my net worth, like my status, then I can actually approach millionaires, because I'm making plays. But at the end of the day, that's it. These are the 7 lessons that I wish I'd learned when I started. And they're common sense. All you gotta do is like apply them. So there it is. There's nothing hard about it. It's just like understanding what I'm saying and internalizing. So yeah, with that, There's all the lessons that I wish I'd learned when I first started. And honestly, they're really important for me. They're really important for me because if I hadn't done all that shit that I just told you about is things that I didn't know. And so I acted the wrong way and I fucked up. So these are basically my biggest fuck ups. Now, if you can learn from those, great. I wish I would have helped you. Or I wish this could actually help you. But other than that, that's about it, man. If you want to get into solar, there's a lot of shit you gotta learn. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be infuriating sometimes, but sometimes you know what they say. It's better to be alone that. It's better to be alone that. How the fuck you say it? It's better to be alone than in bad company. Not to say that everybody like was bad company. In some cases, it was. And so right now, I'm embarking on my self-gen journey. My just being myself gen closer. And yeah, let's see how it goes. This is the start of my 3rd week as a self-gen closer. So yeah, I gotta figure out how to close. And let's see how it goes. But other than that, take care. See ya.